Hi there, so this is a very quick video to show you how to attach the front hem area to the lower side front on the Shadow Tunic. This is a little bit different from the Shadow Hoodie. Other than that, the construction sequence is the same, but some people have had a little bit of confusion. So let's just work through this. So this is not the whole video, it's just to show you how to do the hem area to the side front of the hem area. So here is my front piece like so, and I'll show this on the short view. So here is the hem area. So we have, we have a funny shape here. Now if your garment or your pattern is not shaped like this, you probably have the old version of the pattern, in which case go to the website and download the new one. If you can't access it because of the new website upgrade, just pop me a line on Messenger or through the Facebook group or something, and or email me, and I can arrange for that to go into your account for you. So the first thing we do is we're going to sew the hem area all the way across. I'm going to use my cover stitch machine. So what you'll see here is there's a notch that shows us the hem position, and that hem is at 4 centimeters. So what we do is we turn it at that position all the way across, and then with a twin needle or a cover stitch we're going to sew that into position. Just sewing this on a sample. You'll forgive me if this is a bit rough, but hopefully you'll be able to see it because I'm using the contrast colour, right? So there is your hem in place. That is step 1. So the next step is to come to your overlocker, and from the hem area we're going to overlock up this area here from the fold to the end of what I call the dog leg. And you'll do that on both sides. Now take the lower side front, or I think I've just called it the side front piece, and come to the pointy area here. On one side you're going to have a dog leg, and on the other side you're going to have notches. Now this is where you might come a little bit, well, it might be a little bit confusing. You've got to be very careful when you cut this out that you cut this out accurately, or the point here won't match. We have a 6mm 1/4 inch seam allowance here and here, so if you go over with your cutting on either side you're going to find there's a problem. So just double check this when you cut it out. So now this is just a small piece, it's not the whole one. So the next step is to overlock this side here from the hem all the way up to this dog leg here. So just that side there. And then you'll do that in the reverse for the other piece. Now we need to put these right sides together. So what we're doing here is we're matching the top of the overlocking there at the dog leg, and it's coming all the way to the top. So this is where I said you've got to be very careful with your overlocking. The 6mm 1/4 inch sew line, the outside of it, needs to hit directly on that edge there. So we're going to overlock that down and then across the dog leg, and you might have a little bit of an issue going across the dog leg. we'll see how you go. So you will get this little triangle piece at the top sticking out, that's fine. So at this point we want that notch to be on the inside. So that little bit gets cut off. So come down, and what you'll find is there a notch there, you can see through the overlocking. That notch there matches to the fold at the bottom of the hem. So we come down, and then you have to go across this little dog leg. So the easiest way to do that is just to sort of stretch it into a straight line. You might prefer to do like a curve, just see how you go. So now come to your plain sewing machine, and what we're going to do is we're going to start sewing above that dog leg, just on the edge. So we're talking 6mm, 1/4 of an inch in from the raw edge. Just rearrange your work so it's all nice and flat. So do a small back tack there, just on the edge of the overlocking. So what happens here is we need to transition our seam allowance from 6mm, 1/4 inch here to 1.5 centimeters, which I believe is 1 9/16 of an inch. I'll check here. So all we are doing now is we are going to, assuming everything is all lined up, just continue as if we were imagining a line straight at that 6mm line, like this. Whoops, didn't mean to catch that. There we are, like so. And we're going to go all the way down to the edge of the hem here, and that's directly opposite that notch there, and then you'll back tack off. So what that allows us to do now is to sew our cover stitch or our twin needle. If you want to, you could go across and then down to create that hem there. So can you see that there? So this is what we've wanted to create. So next step is you'd be stitching your hem in down there. So I hope that takes away some of the confusion there. Just let me know if you have any problems on the Facebook page, and we'll go from there. Thanks for joining me. See you again soon.